Good evening. Hello. Welcome. Oh my gosh. I thought I had raised the camera up high enough. I'm so bad at this. Happy Friday, oh my gosh. Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday. What a day. What a stream already. Do I need to start over? Happy Friday, everybody. Oh my goodness. How's it going, everybody? Blind Tech KC, welcome in. Hope everybody's having a great day. Hope everybody is having a fantastic Saturday evening. I wish it was still Friday. Yeah, still would be nice if it was still Friday. But here we are. We're gonna enjoy it either way. Blind Tech, yeah, we are going to be swapping a PC today. So this is my personal computer right here. Been using this case for, I looked it up, just over 2 years now. And I don't think the hardware on this case has been the same for more than like a month or two at a time in that entire time. But I've had the case and I've been using this as my main computer in my office for just over 2 years now. I bought it February 10th, 2023. So just over 2 years, I have been using this. Gone through quite a few iterations. It's been awesome. I absolutely love this thing. But and honestly, I'm not getting rid of it. I've got another build planned for it already, which I don't know. We may talk about tonight a little bit. But I'm still working on the parts for it. This is most likely going to become the Pixelpub PC. It is going to be the PC that stays down here, going to be the PC that we eventually stream everything from. It's going to live down here and hopefully be a computer that we can continue to use down here. So I've got some parts coming for it already. Working with hopefully a couple different companies to make some stuff happen. Welcome in, Robert. Today is the day. Happy birthday! I didn't even know it was your birthday. Happy birthday. Everybody wish Robert a happy birthday. Hope you're having a great Saturday so far, Robert. It is such a great day that I'm gonna pour myself a beer, if that's all right with everybody else. How are you doing, Robert? Welcome in. I was just explaining what we were doing tonight. Sir Nathan, welcome in. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. We're gonna be moving this computer tonight, and I'm pretty excited about it. Cheers, everybody. All right. So, without further ado, I finally, if you've been here before, I finally got my hands on an XG Dragon case. If you've been in the stream before, I've mentioned it a handful of times. We've looked this case up before. This was the case that I built my very first computer in back in 2008. Back in 2008, the story was my parents, so 2008 was, no, you said today's the day. Happy birthday, Robert. Just take it. acknowledge and move on. When we graduated high school, my parents basically said that we could pick where the family would take our family vacation that year. I think they kind of realized that, like, okay, the kids are graduating high school. We don't have a ton of, family time left. Like, let's just make the most out of it. Go on a couple of really fun vacations, summer vacations in a row. And the year that I graduated, 2008, I went to my parents and I said, I don't want to go on a summer vacation. Can I use that money and build a computer instead? And they said, how much is the computer going to cost? And then when I priced it out at, like, I remember it just over $1,000. I think it was just over $1,000. I think they looked at it, at least if that was me today, I'd be like, absolutely, yes, we will build a computer. So that was what I did. Instead of taking a vacation, instead of my family taking a summer vacation, I built a computer instead. I actually did not pull up the specs that were in that PC. I can do that though, because I still have it. I still have it in my Newegg history. Welcome in, Jody. Welcome to the stream. Happy Friday. It's actually still Friday here, where I'm at. It's a day. It's a day, I think. Somewhere it's a day. Okay, let me I'm going back into my Newegg history here. Where's my order history? Shipped. Being under shipped. Okay. All right, here we go. So this computer that I built, the very first computer that I built, with tax and shipping included, was a total of $1,342.08. I don't know if that's focusing or not. I can't see. It doesn't look like it. It does not look like it's focusing. So I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Oh my, yeah, it's not gonna focus. There you go. $1,342.08. So this computer, I had right at the top, an EVGA 8500 GT, a Western Digital Blue 250 gigabyte solid state, oh my god, hard drive. Looks like a game, Sword of the New World. I'm guessing that was probably just included with, like, the graphics card or something. A 19-inch 1280 by 1024 square 19-inch square monitor, Windows XP, an all-in-one USB 2.0 card reader, an Intel Core 2 Duo E6750, beautiful Core 2 Duo, and there, I apologize, you can't see this, is the Eagle Tech CA Red Dragon case. So it was red, but this, and of course, a sound card, a CD, a DVD burner, a 750 watt power supply, as well as an EVGA SLI capable motherboard, 4 whole gigabytes of G.Skill DDR2 RAM. This computer was a beast, but it was in this case. It was in this case. How's it going, Skylac? Welcome to the stream. So I had a red version of this, but I ended up selling it, and my music stopped for some reason. Oh, never mind. It's just really quiet. I ended up selling the case one of the times, like when I moved. It was getting an old computer. I was upgrading, doing a bunch of stuff. And then, you know, a couple of years went by and I was like, you know what? It would be really, really cool to have this case back. And I looked all over. It was sold out. I couldn't find it. Finally, I've had an eBay alert notification set for years, literal years, for this case. And one finally popped up. And if you're following me on Twitter, any other social media, I posted about it because I was kind of like, I wrote it off. Somebody posted one in Norway. Somebody posted this for sale on eBay out of Norway. And I sent it to my wife and I was like, I have to get this. And then I kind of like, just immediately, that was my thought, right? I have to get this. I've never seen this case pop up before. And then I was like, okay, they want $190 shipping from Norway. I'm like, I can't do that. And then I looked at it and this thing, a case that was originally produced in 2006, it is in pristine condition. I don't think this person ever used this case. It is the plastic is still on the side panel. I don't know, you probably can't see it, but you can see like the bubble. There's bubbles in the plastic. The plastic is still on the side panel. It is pristine condition. And I started looking at it and I'm like, man, you know what? If I don't get this one, I'm gonna kick myself. I'm gonna regret it. I remember some old program where you could associate an app with a particular court. Man, that'd be awesome. That's super fun. I was like, if I don't buy this right now, I'm gonna kick myself for a very long time. I'm gonna regret it for a very long time. Because there's a really good chance that another one will never hit eBay, right? Like, tech this old, I have no idea how many of these were made, but just the fact that it's such an unknown brand, just the fact that it's such a weird case, I was like, chances are there's not a lot of these left. And if at this point, if anybody still has one, they probably either like it, it's hidden in storage and won't be found for 50 years, or, you know, who knows, right? So I talked myself into it because it is absolute pristine condition, so clean. Like, this had to have just been sitting in a box. Like, I don't know. It's so clean. It's so clean. But I was like, you know, if I'm going to get a new case eventually, right? Eventually. And I like computers. I'm probably not going to buy the cheapest case that I find when I want to upgrade, right? So I'm like, a new case could very easily be over $100, you know? A lot of the nicer, fancier cases are $130 to $150. So I looked at this and I was like, this is a case I've been looking for a long time. So I have decided, now that I have it, I'm going to put my computer in it. My main computer, almost everything here is going to go into this computer. And then this, what is left of this, and some other parts that I'm getting, some other things I've got going on, are going to become the PixelPub PC. And hopefully the goal is going to be to mount this one to the wall behind the bar. And it will be a staple in the PixelPub, and it will live down here from now on. Kind of like a boombox. Let's play some Wham on that thing. It's really interesting. I have spent so much time staring at this computer case, trying to figure out what to do with it. And I'll show you some other things once we actually like get all the hardware and stuff in here. It's got some really interesting things that I've been trying to figure out what to do with. So the things like the front IO here, there's a Thunderbolt port or a FireWire port, which is pretty cool. 2 standard USB 2s, right? No USB 3, no USB-C, anything like that. The side panel is really interesting because if you can see, it's a pretty small window compared to computers today. You can see as of like right here, you can't even, half of the window, half of this really small window is actually taken up by the CD drive bays. You can't even see anything. So I've been trying to figure out exactly what to do. I'm not going to do anything crazy yet. I've been contemplating completely tearing it apart, cutting those out so you can see more. But I don't know what would go in that spot anyway. So I've got some interesting ideas. I've 3D printed a couple of things. Things like this. The front panel is actually a door to typically your CD drives. So I've actually 3D printed a fan bracket. So instead of CD DVD drives, I've got we're gonna have a fan mounted right there. We still have a floppy drive down here. So that's really fun. I've actually ordered, again, almost an identical card reader piece to go down here like I did for the original PC that I built. This one is just going to actually have USB 3, USB-C, and some card readers on it to go down here. So it's there's some interesting things that we're gonna have to work with on this case, but I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be a really different build. We're gonna see if we can bring this case from 2006 and make it a little bit more relevant today. The internet says you have to have a fish tank case. I mean, I haven't had a fish tank case for the last 2 years. So, and actually before this, I didn't even have a fish tank then. It did have a glass panel. If you look, my computer before this was actually the one that it was all like very dark tinted glass. And it's the one that I glass etched the Chiefs logo into. So I mean, I haven't had a fishbowl case for a very long time. I think they're awesome. Don't get me wrong. I love a fishbowl tank as much as the next person. But I think the biggest thing I'm gonna miss out of this is the ease of customization. The amount of times I've just swapped out the graphics card, you can literally look back at probably half of the streams, half of the streams from down here, half of the PC builds that we've done down here. There's been a point in time where I've said, 1 second, let me go grab the graphics card, the RAM, the something from my computer and try it and see if it works. The amount of times I've gone and like grabbed a graphics card or something is crazy. So that's one thing I'm gonna miss, is how easy it is to just swap stuff out of here. But the one thing that I find solace in is that this computer here now I've had for quite a while. I don't think that I'm gonna upgrade this 3080 Ti for a little while. I might have thought about it if the 40 series cards had stayed in production and had gone down in price at all, but they haven't. They haven't gone down in price at all. So there's really no reason, no need, no real good upgrade path at the moment. if you want to know my full thoughts on that whole situation, go make sure to check out my latest video. But the whole PC market is kind of in a weird spot. There will eventually be used ones. Yeah, for sure. Eventually. Which I just was reading an article earlier today about somebody leaking that as soon as all of like the DeepSeek stuff started happening, NVIDIA immediately went, "Aw, crap, we have to start making some more gamer GPUs because nobody wants to buy these AI GPUs anymore." So they were saying that we might see a ton of 5090s just hit the market all of a sudden. So who knows? Maybe we'll see 5090. We'll see so many 5090s that you'll just be able to go, they'll be on clearance. Like you'll be able to find them on the clearance shelf. Stores can't get rid of them because everybody just already has a 5090 that wants one. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But for the moment, I am not planning on upgrading this, so I'm not too worried about it. Price is having me thinking about selling my card and honestly, I thought about it for this card too. I was like, not gonna lie, I could get probably $300 more than I paid for this card if I sold it right now. And the only problem is I don't have anything in the meantime. So that's where we're at. But yeah, I mean, if you are in a spot where you have multiple graphics cards and you can part with an expensive one, a nice one right now, like a 40 series, this is the peak right now. We are at peak GPU prices. If you're holding on to the graphics cards at this point, they're not going to get much more expensive than right now. I hate when NVIDIA focuses on AI more than gamers. It is what it is, right? They're a business. They're just following the money. What do you do, right? It sucks for us, but it is what it is. And honestly, I really, really hope that at this point, Intel just keeps doing what they're doing. And I hope they absolutely flood the market with B580s. And I really, really hope that they come out with a B770 or something. It's just a high end. Can you imagine like the performance to price ratio of the B580, but just like double it? Can you imagine like doubling the power of the B580 for $500? Man, if they have an opportunity here to just in a single year to just sweep the gaming landscape. There's never been a better time for somebody like Intel to just come in and just take a majority share of the market. I also have thought about selling the 3080 Ti too. Yeah, I don't have the original cooler for it though. I don't think it matters. Most people at this point are just looking for a GPU. The longer that we get, the longer that NVIDIA doesn't put out more cards, the longer that all the 50 series are just sold out, the higher prices are getting, the more GPUs are breaking every day, the more people are trying to find stuff. So you still have a 2060. I mean, that is perfectly capable of 1080p gaming today. So that's awesome. That's a great card to have right now. I'd like to see the B770 perform like a 4080 or a 5080. I mean, again, can you imagine what the performance if you just like scaled that? Be so good. So that's what I'm really, really hoping that Intel comes through and does something like that, because that would be absolutely crazy. I am so here for Intel coming in and just taking a giant chunk of the market. If they could just come in and take their third of the market and be an actual player that we know that we can rely on next year type of thing for graphics cards, I really like them too because Intel is obviously also focused on creators, right? It's their GPUs are so good for streaming and for video editing that if they had something that I would feel comfortable, if the B580 would have been like very comfortable doing 1440p, I would have kept it myself. I would have put it in this machine right here. It's been performing just fine, but you'd buy a B770 if it kills NVIDIA and AMD on 4080, 5080 performance. 980 Ti here, $50 and keeps me warm at night. Nice. I have a 900, I think it's a 970 over there somewhere. I have a 970, which, to be honest, I've kind of thought about like putting into just finding an old system, finding an office PC that doesn't have a GPU, and just helping somebody get a gaming PC with a 970 in it. Oh man. All right. I'm going to start this before it gets too late already. We started pretty late. It is already after 8:30. I would like to get this done tonight because this is my office computer. So I need this to work eventually. Oh, you thought about flipping your personal rig and upgrade, but now that the GPU shortage is happening, I'm going to keep holding on to it. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't sell a PC first. But I will say this, that again, obviously every local marketplace is going to be different. I did find quite a deal on a full PC not long ago, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, because I don't think the person that was selling this computer realized that the market had shifted. It was like they checked the prices of PCs similar to theirs before a couple months ago, and they were like, okay, this is about what I can get for it. It had a 48. The PC, I ended up buying it. It had a 4080 in it, and it was a very good price. And I sold that, and it was a heck of a computer, a heck of a deal. They're still out there. Deals are still out there, so I would keep an eye open. I'm not a fan of just. I didn't make like I didn't go insane on the reselling the 4080. I wanted to make sure that like somebody else again got it for a decent price and was able to game on it. But I guess the shortage is probably going to last as long as the COVID days. I mean, I don't know. What I was reading today, it didn't sound like the shortage was going to last too much longer. But that was, it was all leaks. There was nothing like substantial from what I was reading. So that's where we are there. All right. So we are going to completely rip this thing apart. The only thing that I'm not transferring over to the new PC from this one is the motherboard. The motherboard is going to stay on this computer. I got a new motherboard. It's over here. No, not that. Where? Oh, it's right behind me. I literally planned for this. I was like, oh yeah, I'll just put it over here so I know where it is. So I've got new motherboard. The MSI Mag Z790 Carbon Wi-Fi 2 is what we're going to be putting in the new PC, but everything else for the most part is going to go on top of that. The only thing that is going to be sticking with this case right now is going to be the motherboard. So the shortage is done on purpose. That is I mean, it is. I don't think that that's even like a conspiracy at this point. I mean, it is being done on purpose. NVIDIA is very specifically not giving GPUs to gamers. They're giving them to AI businesses because they are worth a whole lot more money over there. So yeah, I mean, I don't think they're specifically saying like we want the gamers to not have their GPUs. They're just saying, hey gamers, can we have those? Because we're gonna make a bunch of money over here. So I don't think they're not doing it on purpose to raise prices on GPUs for gamers. They're doing it because they can just literally make more money selling their GPUs to somebody else, and that's just how business works. And then the pricing as far as consumer GPUs go, GPUs going to gamers goes, that's just supply and demand. Like, that's not even NVIDIA setting those prices. I don't care about their money. Yeah, I mean, that's how business works. Nobody cares about businesses, and if you do care about businesses and their money, you're part of the problem. Nobody cares about businesses' money except for the businesses and their shareholders. All the reviewers got one. I actually saw somebody was talking about it. They were like, I'm pretty sure, like, doing the basic math and like estimation, they were talking like, pretty sure that more cards went out to reviewers and content creators than went out to like retail for sale. Sounds insane, and I hope that that's not the case, but would be absolutely crazy if that was the case. All right, I'm gonna start on this. We can continue talking. I just need to actually start on this at some point tonight. Let me grab my little screw holder here so that I can put screws. Big L for NVIDIA. I mean, it really depends on what happens with all the AI stuff. They're still doing fairly well as far as the stock market goes. So I don't think they see this as too much of an L, but that's really why I'm kind of hoping that gamers can just kind of say like, all right, cool, NVIDIA doesn't care about us, and look, all of a sudden with Intel there's an actual competitive alternative. And I hope that everybody speaks with their money and actually goes for someone like that. Bonga? Is that Bonga? Welcome. Either way, welcome into the stream. Welcome. Are these specs good? First, I'm going to need you to define good. What does good mean to you? What resolution do you want to play your games at? What games are you planning on playing? What kind of frame rate are you looking for? It all depends on what games you're playing. But as far as an RX 570, I'm not like super familiar with a lot of the Xeon stuff. But this PC right here definitely sounds like it is going to be capable of decent 1080p gaming, especially for those esports type of titles. Valorant, Rocket League, CSGO, CS2. Sorry, that kind of thing, right? That's what it sounds like to me this computer is going to be for. X99 won't support Windows 11 officially. I believe that. I was going to say that's I didn't actually read. There was just a whole bunch of news articles about Microsoft pushing something out. I didn't read them, but they were talking about a lot of people were talking about Microsoft trying to not have more PCs eligible or something. Like, Microsoft really wants you to upgrade your computer, get something that is a little bit newer. Either way, welcome to the stream. Welcome in. You can mod the BIOS to force it to run boost clocks with the V3 CPUs. I have that set up on your X99 board. Nice. Yeah, there's a lot of workarounds for Windows 11, which is interesting because I don't ever remember having to do anything like this before. It's weird to me that this is like the first time that we're doing any of this, but I don't know. Maybe I just wasn't old enough to remember some of this other stuff. I'm going to switch the camera real quick, and then I'm going to move the camera so that you guys can hopefully see a little bit better. Something a little bit closer to that. Nope. Tilted a little bit. We're tilted. Okay. How's that? Close enough. I think that's what we're gonna get. Can at least see. It'll stop bouncing in a second. The Xeon is okay. Thank you, Robert. But you want to bump the RX 570 and go up to 32 gigs of RAM. Depends. Are you talking about to qualify for Windows 11, or are you talking just to like be able to play some games and stuff? Because you definitely don't need 32 gigs of RAM to play some games, but I think bumping up to 32 gigs of RAM is almost always a good thing. It's just not super expensive to do, but in a what looks to be a semi-budget machine here, that might be the difference, and you should be okay with 16 gigs of RAM. Security and all that, since it requires specific TPM requirements, some BS about all that. Okay. I've always got there's a registry key that always gets you past that, the TPM chip. So I don't know. Again, I didn't read any of these articles, but I wonder if they just like disabled that, or I don't know. Either way, maybe I should look it up before I try talking about it. You can still do that? Okay, good. Well, then I'm not too worried about it. As long as you can still do that, I've never had any issues. Either way, let's be honest. Most of the machines that Windows 11 doesn't run on are getting there in age. I don't like TPM, but that spawns from dealing with them at work. I know, right? Pushing 32 gigs of RAM now. Fortnite uses 12. Yeah, dude, I was surprised at how much RAM Fortnite takes. God, it's crazy. But yeah, 100%. For anybody, I would recommend 32 gigs of RAM. Again, the difference in price to me is just so worth it to just go for 32 gigs of RAM. But again, it all depends on what you're doing. For most people, for most games, you can get away with 16. I don't recommend. So again, most of the time on my channel, I really focus on streaming computers and content creation PCs and things like that. I would never tell somebody that they could stream and game at the same time with less than 32. It's just not a great idea on 16 gigs of RAM. Would never want to try to stream and game at the same time. If you're just streaming like this, like I'm doing right now, this is pretty doable with 16 gigs of RAM. You can do some just chatting stuff, hook up a webcam or two. Okay, come on. Ugh. There we go. All right. 3080. Let's go. This thing is so much fun. All right. Robert, though, going big time with the 590, the RX 590. Your wife's PC still at 16. I've considered upgrading it, but she doesn't use it much for gaming these days. Yeah, honestly, I mean, 16 is fine for the most part. My daughter's PC still has 16 gigs in it. It's not a huge, again, for the majority of people, especially when you're playing like 1080p, nothing crazy. If you're just there for the gaming, it's doable. It's doable. There's nothing wrong with that. All right. So I need to take the CPU cooler off here. That's the next thing. So this cooler, I hope it should. So, oh my gosh, yeah. Need all that RAM for Chrome tabs. So funny story, this case, I could not find very many specifications for it. So it doesn't have it doesn't even have a website. I couldn't find the manufacturer's website or anything. The only thing I could find was the Newegg listing. If the Newegg listing was not there for this case, I wouldn't have any information on it. And I apparently should have, oh, is it this? No. Oh, it is. If Newegg didn't still have their listing, I would have zero information about this case. But there's no max CPU cooler height listed for the case. So I literally measured with my tape measure. I think it'll fit, but I don't know. We'll have to hope it does. I have no idea for sure though. All right, so let's take out, let's do the CPU first. Your X99 is a 2695 V3, 14 core, 28 thread, 32 gigs of RAM, but it has 8 4-gig sticks. 8, that's amazing. 8 4-gig sticks. That is, that's really fun. I don't have any older system like that that's like up and running. I have a handful of like old, very consumer level machines, but most of them are either broken or I just haven't even tried to start them up. Or all right, so we are going to just do a real quick, oh, I need to take this bracket off first, otherwise I'm not gonna be able to get the otherwise I'm not gonna be able to get the CPU up. All right, this is gonna stay here because we're literally just gonna transfer it over. It was cheap to get the 4-gig sticks on eBay. Yeah, I don't know how much that affects older systems. I mean, I know that that's not like ideal now, but is that something that like the memory controllers could handle a lot better back then? You're gonna turn it into a VM box, backup NAS. That's actually, I think, what this PixelPub PC is also probably going to hopefully turn into, is like a NAS. Maybe run it as like, if we ever want any game servers or anything, we can do that. All right, gonna pop this one up, and we're gonna pick this up. I'm gonna clean a little bit more thermal paste off of it now that I can see it a little bit better. Okay. And we are going to drop that in, make sure, okay, yep, arrows right there, and the CPU is installed. Whoops, I did not get it. There, now it's installed. All right, now we've got, oh shoot, I actually need to keep that covered so I can cover up this motherboard. Ugh. It's fine, it just came out of the garbage. It's fine, it'll be fine. All right. Did this, I've never put one of these back in. How does this, it just pop in there? Okay, cool. All right, now we're protected there. Cool. Yeah, you would. When I main ran a 5960X, I had eight gigabyte sticks and it ran great. I think Xeons handle it better. Okay. Quad channel memory. Yeah, I was going to say, I'm sure that some of those processors probably worked a little bit differently. I'm again, definitely not an expert on those types of things, on those older machines. Okay, I just had did I really put the manual back in the box? I need to confirm that RAM goes in slots 2 and 4. Doesn't, wait, I did this before. I did this once before. It doesn't say here. Why doesn't it say here? It just says this is how you install the RAM. But what did I do last time? I literally went, why doesn't it tell me which slots it goes in? And then I remember saying, oh, there it says right there. Okay, I'm not missing something, am I? I don't think so. Okay, let's just let's go to this QR code. No, that's for Pro. Shout out MSI. Okay, quick installation guide can be found on the box. Is there a QR code on the box? No. I don't see a QR code on the box. There it is. Okay. Is it always 2 and 4? I don't know. Is it always 2 and 4? To be 100% honest, I don't know. Is it always 2 and 4? Is that a standard? It probably is. I mean, I don't think I've ever installed memory that wasn't in 2 and 4. Why is this stick stuck in here? There we go. We'll put it in 2 and 4, and if it doesn't work, we're just blaming KC. I feel pretty good about putting it in 2 and 4. The board is in MSI Mag Z790 Carbon Wi-Fi 2. You accept blame, yeah. I'm like, again, yeah, 99% sure as well that I'm sure that that's what it is, but I didn't check yet or anything. So, all right. So we are going to take some hard drives out, and actually, this is also something that I need to get back in the box for. Because this motherboard, I looked at it earlier, comes with the really fancy, quick... Oh, it's got it on there already. Okay. It came with, I think, some extra... some of these extra M.2 strips. Or strips. M.2 connector. What do you call the... Not tie downs. Fasteners? I don't know, something like that. Meg or mag? This is the MSI mag. Mag. All right, we've got 2 drives. We're gonna be swapping over to this motherboard. So this one is gonna go in this slot. And it looks like it has a thermal pad on the bottom too, which is super fancy. Which I assume means that I should probably upgrade to a Gen 5 drive, right? Like a thermal pad on the bottom and on the top. That's gonna stay so cool. All right. Fastened down, no screws on this motherboard. They're fancy. It's a fancy board. All right. Let me put this back. Clip. Just like that. All right, we've got one installed, and then we need to install one more. This one is going to go right here. These do not have plastic on them. Okay, that's fine. Okay. So let's put that right there. Click it in. Snap it in. And just like that, didn't get in there. There. And the other screw. A2 and B2 for 2.6. Thank you very much for confirming. I mean, I know how much you guys love it when I just like look up manuals on my phone during stream and stuff, but appreciate it. Casey, you were too worried about taking blame. You had to go check before I got too far. You didn't want to be responsible for that mess. 2-3 hours later, it won't boot. Why won't it boot? Casey assured me it was slots 2 and 4. I dare you to put in one stick of 32 gigabytes and break the internet. You looked it up since I'm on your PC case shopping. Awesome. You case shopping? And what are you looking for? Are you looking for something crazy? Or you just need something new? Probably. Ugh. Pretty sure it'd work. Not being in the right slot's just not optimal. All right. That's fair. All right. So we've already got CPU, RAM. Oh my gosh. Oh, no, it isn't the right slots. We're good. I thought I literally put it in the wrong slot anyways, as much as we were talking about it. All right. So we've got CPU, RAM, both the hard drives moved over. At which point now we can put the cooler on and put it in the new case. Case for my server rebuild wanted ODD support and 8+ hard drive slot. I think I'm gonna have to ditch the ODD support. Again, not my specialty. Not my specialty. So I apologize. I can't help you. I don't have any recommendations. Oh my gosh, I don't even know where to grab this from. All right, let's open this up because I need to get the bracket. I need to get the bracket from the back of the CPU cooler. Either way, 8 hard drive slots. That's a lot. I was just talking to my wife about, again, setting this PC up as a NAS down here, and I was trying to figure out how many drives and what size and stuff they would be, and I kind of landed on, I was thinking just 4 drives. Again, mostly because it'd be the easier option rather than getting something like 8. But I also don't have a ton of like media. Oh my gosh, this is really stuck in there. And of course, 2 of them popped out. Okay, this needs to also go back here before I lose it. Okay. Now, where did those pieces go? Where they go? Are they hiding back here? Ugh. There. How am I gonna get those? Oh my gosh. Come on. Oh no, it is between the case and the motherboard. Hold on. I think I may need some. I think I need my needle nose pliers. You always know it's a fun PC build when you need to get the pliers out. Random question, but are Finden graphics cards good? I do not know. I've never heard of that brand before. The one I saw is an HD 7670 selling for $15. I mean, for $15, that's pretty hard to go wrong, but I am not familiar with that brand. All right, there's one of them. Oops. I don't know if that was supposed to stay with the motherboard or the bracket here. Okay, there's the other one. Let's see if I can get that one to magnetize. No. Pliers. Needle nose pliers, save me. Save this little. There we go. All right. Now we can put this on here. Let's see. Okay. It doesn't. So does that mean those were supposed to stay on the... I don't really know. These little rings probably supposed to be on here. This was probably a really I don't know where those other ones went. Unless they fell. No, they would have fallen right there. They would have fallen all the way down. Okay, well, we'll see if those show up at any point in time, but I think we're just going to go with it as is and see what happens. What's the worst that could happen, right? Let's see what happens. See. There. Okay, stay on. No. Okay, I need to get a screw in first. That's what I need to do. Okay. Gosh. I always hate this part when it's not sticky on the one side. Okay. So we need these. Okay. I'm gonna go like that. I'm gonna get the screws in. This is the professional way of doing this. You just get it to work. All right. I actually got it. Got it. Cool. All right, now we can get to the other side. Do not rub your feet on the floor if you're wearing socks. I am wearing socks, but I'm also wearing shoes. So I don't know if that matters. Is this one of those weird, inappropriate jokes about not rubbing my feet? Something about socks and shoe size or whatever this is supposed to be, Jody? Do I need to call some moderators on you? No, I have shoes on, but I'm also on concrete floor down here, so I don't think I'm creating any static down here, so I'm not too worried about that. All right, CPU cooler bracket has been installed. Now we need the CPU cooler. I need a paper towel to wipe this one off again. And then we get to have some fun. So I'm gonna need some suggestions for some thermal paste patterns, because this isn't just any computer. This is my computer. This is my personal gaming office daily computer. Can't just have any old thermal paste pattern. Now we've got our thermal paste. Chase, how's it going? Welcome to the Twitch chat. Welcome. How's it going? No thermal paste, all right. Make sure you don't take off the wool jacket. If you're wearing one, I will not. I won't be taking any more clothes off. This is all that you guys get. All right, so we've got some thermal Arctic MX4. We've got a little tiny tube of thermal Grizzly. I don't know if that's focusing or not for you guys. I'm literally looking at like a 5-inch screen, probably 12 feet away from me. I've got some Cooler Master CryoFuse. I've got some Thermal Take, a small Thermal Take, and then of course we should probably use the included with this cooler Thermalright thermal paste. And then of course we've got the mystery. It's not really mystery, you can see in it. It's thermal paste. It's gray. Let's go mustard swirl, like on a burger. That's pretty fun. I like mustard swirl. You vote the Thermal Grizzly, but I also think the MX4 is overrated. All right. What cooler are we using? This one right here. At least as long as it fits in the case. This is the Thermalright Peerless Assassin 120. Nothing crazy. As long as it fits in the case, that is what we're going to be using for right now. Mostly, again, this was one of those things that I was gonna splurge and get something really fancy, really cool for this is like me reimagining my computer now all of a sudden after 2 years of having this computer. But then I remembered how small the window is on this PC. You can't really see much. So we're just gonna go with something that works, something inexpensive, basic that works. I'm not too worried about it. All right, let's do the Thermal Grizzly then. I like that suggestion. Thermal Grizzly. Oh my gosh, teeny Thermal Grizzly tube. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right. And we are going mustard swirl. So we're gonna see. Oh gosh, I don't know how that's gonna work. We'll see what we can do. I might have to cheat a little bit. All right. Hopefully this will work. Hopefully that is mustard swirl enough for you. There's the thermal paste for, and I'm pretty sure I used the rest of that tube. Congratulations, we used a tube. All right, I mean, it's a small one. All right, so now we should, oh no, I put that on wrong. I put the bracket on wrong. Because I put it on and it's gonna go like that. I don't want it like that. I don't want the fan pointing up. I want it pointing that way. Whoops. I'm a professional, guys. Hold on. Give me a second. What kind of barbecues do you go to? I go to barbecues where we eat barbecue and not burgers. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, definitely keep paying attention. Keep paying attention to the thermal paste. Definitely don't pay attention to anything else that's going on right now. Okay. I'm gonna see if I can keep one of these on. If I can, oh, I can't swing it. Dang it. Okay, well, we're gonna have to do the whole hold your motherboard like a baby thing again here. Actually, hopefully it's gonna stay. Hopefully I can just, hopefully it's stuck now. Oh, we got it kind of in there. Okay, let me get another one of these down. All right. It's kind of funny. Like, this stuff is just so much fun to me, but I can only imagine how it is for people that don't do this on a regular basis, how difficult this is. I don't know if you guys were if you watched PewDiePie just built his first computer, and I watched it and I was like, this is the normal, like, human being experience with building computers. Man, it's so funny because I also just, you know, I've built in that, he used the Lian Li A3, that Dan ITX case. I'm like, he literally just, I've gone through the exact things that he's going through, and I can't imagine, as a non-computer person, that is $8 of thermal paste. honestly, all of this thermal paste was acquired. Not all of it. Most of it was acquired through like CPU coolers and the such. So they were not expensive. So I'm okay with it. I gotta keep this cool. I gotta keep this thing running nice and cool. We're not running any. Just because we did a mustard hamburger thermal paste job doesn't mean we need it running as hot as a hamburger grill. Okay, that was a really long, drawn out, and not. Okay, it's not. There we go. Not getting on there. I keep trying to get him to mix all. You know? Mix all the thermal paste together. I still want someone to run the CPU cooler horizontal. Hey Robert, I've got a really fun one for you. I bought the cooler that I got for this case just came in yesterday. I just got it, and it's pretty fun. It's a good one. Maybe you should try it. I think you should. I think you should try it. Got another Thermalright cooler. It's one of their ultra low profile coolers. This is what's going to be going on this one. Check out this. Sits like that on top of the CPU, and then the fan just goes on top like this. That's that cooler. That's the one that we're going to be putting on this machine, the Pixel Pub PC. We're going to see how that works out for everybody. I thought it looked pretty cool, so we're going to give it a try. Not tonight. Not tonight. We're doing this one tonight. I mean, honestly, one of the biggest reasons why I don't want this one shooting air up or down is because there are no up or down, top or bottom like intakes or output holes. the airflow in this PC is 100% front to back. There's no up or down in this PC. So otherwise I wouldn't mind it nearly as much in something like this, running the cooler horizontal, but the case that I'm putting it in, it needs to go front to back. So that's where we are there. Which, speaking of that case, I actually think we're ready to bring it up and start putting it together. I think I can take this computer, take this case off, and we can start building in the new case. All right. Glad this has a handle on it. Makes it so much easier to hold. Oh man, this case just brings back so many good memories, just fond memories for me. So many fond memories. All right, I'm just gonna take both side panels off. Your last build had no CPU fan at all, and nobody noticed. Did it at least have a block on it? Or I mean, because you probably don't need specifically a fan on it, but as long as it wasn't just naked, like your CPU was just hanging there by itself, as long as it had had a block on it, that's probably fine, right? Just a huge tower. I mean, that probably is fine, right? So check out another really fun thing about this case. Is it includes a really fun CPU exhaust area. Had a area that you could put a fan on the side panel, and this is the CPU exhaust. We're not going to be using that though. We're going to take that off. We're going to have to try to figure out how to take that off because it's not going to fit with this thing. All right, never went over 70 degrees. Nice. That's awesome. Ugh. Look at all of these beautiful cables. I was actually debating like painting or sleeving or even just like wrapping some sort of tape around all of these cables. But again, nobody's gonna see the inside of this case, so I wasn't like super worried about it. You can't see in through the window, so I'm not as worried about it, I guess. All right. Okay, so I did notice though that I do need to add a couple more motherboard standoffs in here. I need to add, I think, those 3. Yeah. I don't know where those went, unless the previous owner just never used them. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I gotta show you guys some of these things. So the front panel, if I go right here, this front panel here has a little LCD display with some buttons. You can see temperatures. You can set fan speeds with this. And so as long as I plug in my my 3 fans to the fan controllers in the case, I can have that front panel control my fan speeds. So we'll see what I'm gonna do with that. Oh man. All right, I need standoffs. I have some standoffs right here. All right, I need to make sure they're the right size. I think that should do it. Yep. Not the same color, but that's fine. Okay, I need that one. I don't want M.2 standoffs. I need motherboard standoffs. All right. Oh shoot, I need I have one of these too. This is actually something that's new to me. I don't know if you've ever seen these. The standoff screw driver, standoff input thing. I don't even know what you call it. The color coding. Yeah, you have to use that right. Can't pass that. I'm gonna try, but we'll see what ends up actually happening with this. Faded Jake, welcome to the Twitch chat. How's it going? Welcome in. This is an absolute vintage case. You missed the story at the beginning of the stream. This is the case, not the exact case. But this is the case, like not specifically the one that I had. But this is the case that I built my very first computer in. This is the case. So I've had the eBay notifications on for years to try to find another one of these, and a notification finally came through a couple weeks ago. So I had to go for it. And that is what we're building, and now it is an absolute vintage case. Peak 2000s gaming aesthetic. PC gaming aesthetic right here. All right. Let's get this in here. The good thing, though, the one really, really nice thing about PCs, building PCs, is that a lot of these standards have not changed. Have not changed in many, 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 many years. So all of the new hardware fits pretty darn flawlessly in this case still. Did you transport it in an Isuzu Trooper? Now you're just pushing all of my buttons. Don't say that too loud. Katie's still listening. She if she heard that, she would not be excited about that conversation. All right, let me find some motherboard screws because apparently my motherboard did not come with any. SLI, yes, this case is ready to be SLI'd in. It is big enough for. I just lost the screw. Plenty of SLI could be done in this case. All right, so apparently this screwdriver is not as magnetic as I thought. These are also. This is not going in. Oh, I wasn't all the way over the standoff, apparently. Oh, I think this still needs to pop in. Suzuki Sidekick with the removable top. Oh my gosh, that would be amazing. Jake knows me from a former life. I'm good. I should have all the tools I need. I just need to find them. But I used to have an Isuzu Trooper, and I loved that thing, even when it did not love me. Even when it did everything in its power. I had two of them. And both of them were kind of a pain in the butt. Those are also stories for a good night. Why is that not going in? I don't. Come on. It's like just the smallest millimeter not in yet. All right, there we go. There we go. Geo, oh my gosh, it did not go in. Is this? Well, there's a screw. Glad to see you're doing well. Oh, well, Jake, I appreciate you being here. Hope you are doing well as well. I'm having fun. This is what I do in my free time now. Is build computers for the most part. I'm gonna grab. Hopefully, this is a little bit more magnetic, because this one is not doing it for me right now. I appreciate you being here, Jake. All right. You got a 91 Mazda Miata for free in 2023. The guy said, if you can move it, you can have it. Hey, that's quite the deal. That is quite the deal. I was actually looking around the Facebook Marketplace just the other day and saw old Ford Ranger on there that was almost that kind of pricing as well. And I told Katie, I was like, that's gonna happen here pretty soon. I would love to grab a old car, old truck like that, and just spend some time fixing it up. Be a whole lot of fun. What color was the Miata, though? That's I think one of the more important questions. Build the Ranger with the daughter? Yeah, dude. If she wants to put together a car, if she wants to redo a car, I will learn everything I need to know to be able to help her do that. That'd be amazing. That'd be a dream come true right there. That'd be super fun. Although I want the Ranger. I don't want. Let's just make that clear. That would be my car, not hers. She can learn with me. She can do it with me. That's fine. But that would be mine. All right. Of course, it was red. Nice. Perfect. All right. Motherboard has been installed. We've got the CPU cooler on top. We've got the 2 sticks of RAM. We've got the 2 solid state drives, 2 NVMe drives in there. What else do we need? Power supply. We're going to be putting power supply in next. You'll be the guest star when your car channel launches. Absolutely. That would be awesome. Hey, let me remind me at some point. I know a guy that has a computer channel as well as a car channel too. You'd probably appreciate his channels. I probably should have put this in before. I don't remember the channel name off the top of my head, but I'm in his Discord, so I will get you. I'll get you his channel as soon as I remember him. As soon as I find him. Okay. This through here. Oh my gosh, it fit through there. Oh my gosh, am I really gonna do it this way? I don't think that can do that. I did not think this was gonna be the issue I would be running into first. I did not think that's not gonna work. Huh. You know nothing about computers, you're a car guy. I went from spending money modding my car to spending money on my PC instead. Car was too small for the family. Oh man, yeah. That was probably how I got into computers the most, is because they were cheap enough, to mess around with, that I could actually do it, where the car was a heck of a lot more expensive. Tony, what's going on? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a great night. Welcome in. I'm struggling at the moment with my power supply. I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to need to take take this CPU cooler off to get this in, to get it to fit. Just like holding it, just thinking about it right now. And I think I'm gonna have to take it out. I don't know if you guys can see what's going on or what exactly I'm dealing with here, but it is kind of stuck. Just keep it right there. I do have some really heavy duty duct tape, but it's gonna make it a pain to cable manage if I just leave it right here. Can you just take the fan off? Ooh, I don't know if that'll be enough, but let's try that. Because the fan's just like clipped on here. Ugh. If I can. Oh my gosh. Ugh. There we go. Hey, fan is off. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna lose both these clips though. Is that enough wiggle room? Okay, so it needs, but the problem is I can't even get it to stand up right now. Unless I just really push it in there. I don't know if that's going to be enough space. Okay, but then again, now that I'm here, don't make me take the whole motherboard out, please. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay, we just pushed it really hard. All right, we're good. We're good. We got it. Thank you. Thank you for the suggestion. We got the fan off, which gave us just enough wiggle room to get the power supply in there. All right, now we gotta get this fan back on. These dumb little wire clips. They're like they're the best idea and they're the worst idea, like at the same time. Anybody else feel that way about these things? Like they're awesome with how simple they are, but gosh dang, they're not ideal. All right. Oh, get on there. Tony in the YouTube chat as well. Welcome. I was about to say time for a small form factor. No, we got it. Worst case scenario, I would have just had to take the motherboard out. I just would have had to unscrew that again, take that out. Because I think it was actually the VRM heatsink up. You can't see. I think it was the VRM heatsink up here that really was that main blocker. And like the RAM, those were sitting right there where it wanted to slide over and in. So we got it though. We got it. All good. I'm gonna use this one. As much as this electric screwdriver is like fun, I don't know, man. I as much as I use it, as much as I have been trying to use it and like get used to it, I don't think it's I don't think it's a substitute for just a good screwdriver. I don't know. I'm just not getting used to it enough. I think it's going to have specific use cases for me. but I think I'm just gonna stick with my good old trusty screwdriver, you know? I don't know how everybody else feels about that, but all right, power supply is in, which means I think we're about on to cable managing and just plugging everything in. I think we're about there. And figuring out where exactly everything is gonna sit as far as the fans go. So right now, this has two 80 millimeter fans, one on the front, one on the back, that I'm probably gonna leave, at least for right now, and just kind of see how that goes. And if I need to replace them, I will. I haven't also tested those to see if they work yet. So that's the other thing. I have no idea if these fans work. I don't think I have 80 millimeter fan replacements. I didn't even think about that. I don't know how much air those are actually going to be pushing anyways. I don't know. Hopefully enough. Hopefully enough. All right. Let's plug in some of these and see where we get. All right, so CPU fan right there. And then we got the RGB. Oops, sorry, I just hit the microphone. Got the RGB somewhere. Where's the RGB on this motherboard? Right there. Okay. So we got that right there. Okay. And then got all these things we got to plug in, all the front panel stuff. How about this one? We got this is the CPU thermometer. I didn't look this up. I don't know how this is supposed to work. I think this is literally just a little piece of wire that you just stick like in the CPU to get the temperature. I don't know if somebody can correct me there or if I'm just really dumb, but like this is just like a piece of wire that you just stick in and get the temperature of the CPU. Also, the front panel has a speaker. I'm pretty sure that I don't have a header on the motherboard for that either. So there's that. All right, but otherwise we got fans. So we'll plug some of those in. We'll plug this one in. Okay. What is this? It's actually, oh yeah, okay. This is another really interesting thing about this case. Again, something that I just didn't know apparently before, but this right here says INT switch, INT SW. I don't know if you can see that, but it's this teeny tiny little switch right here. Again, no idea if you guys can see any of that. But apparently that is an intrusion switch. Just in case anybody opens my case, if this is plugged into the motherboard, it writes an event log every time the case is opened. If the side panel comes off the case, it writes to the event log. I probably won't have that plugged in either. Like, what an interesting little thing. All right. So I do need this fan plugged in somewhere. Plug this into, where's fan 1? Actually, let's do fan 2. Fan 1 will be the front fan. Okay. The front fan, okay, is already plugged in. Yep, and fan 1. Okay, perfect. Don't need that. I will plug that in. And then fan 3. is gonna be the one up top, which I don't have installed yet, so we'll get there too. All right, let's start doing power cables. I didn't get any of those off my old case, so give me 1 second to grab all those cables. Good thing is everything's open here, so it shouldn't take too long to grab all these out. I'm just gonna unplug it from the motherboard here. Oh, come on. Why is it not fitting through there? There we go. All right. All right, so we got motherboard cable, both the motherboard cables. Now this is gonna be the other interesting thing, is there's no access to the back side of this case. Like, there's no cable managing on the back side of this case. Everything is gonna be in the main compartment, which is gonna be interesting. We're gonna work through it. It'll be good. It'll be fun. All right, this in. So we're just gonna have to. We're just gonna start plugging stuff in, and I'll figure out where everything is gonna live, where it's gonna finally sit, and how we're gonna cable manage all of this later. That's a later Devin problem. I'm sure there's gonna be lots of unplugging and like replugging things, but yeah, that's a later Devin problem. Ooh, that's really hard to get to. Get in there. There we go. Ugh. All right, let's grab some more cables here. All right. I hope you guys are enjoying these sound effects that are going on as I'm just struggling to get all these cables untangled. All right, so there's for the GPU. Okay, so I think this motherboard only had one power up top, so I think I need another cable for the CPU. I need to get here because I think I got one right here. Yeah, CPU, perfect. Okay, so that one is going to be the other one up top. How's everybody else doing tonight? Hopefully you guys are having a good Saturday night. Hopefully you're having as much fun as I am. I am having just way too much fun. Okay, that one works. I'm just enjoying the fact that I am building in this case again. And I am just reliving everything from my childhood. This is going to be a mess. This is going to be a real mess. I didn't realize how many cables this was going to be. And they're all just going to be hanging out. Okay. That. There. The good thing is I do have all this extra space where the CD drives would have gone. There's going to be a fan there, though, so I need to make sure that not too many cables up there. Okay. Power cables are all in. All right. So now we need to do some of these front panel, some of these other things that we need to plug in. Which I might end up like undoing eventually, because like the USB, I don't know how many USB headers are on this motherboard, but if there's not enough, that's this slow one is going to be the first one unplugged. Okay, USB plugged in. Angle these a little bit, and then this one I don't think we've got a FireWire header on the motherboard, so that one we might skip for right now. And then this one is the HD audio, which goes right there. Okay, and then I feel like we're missing one. Because where's the lights? Is there not? Is there not a like hard drive light? Is it, am I missing one? Where'd it go? Is it this? No, that's that speaker. Am I missing a cable here? That's plugged in. That's plugged in. Those are plugged in. Huh. Okay, well, I thought that there would have been a hard drive light. Wait, there's got to be a power switch. Where's the power switch cable? I am missing a cable. Gotta be. Those are plugged in though. Just got back from helping your mom and dad. Left the stream open. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, Jonathan, as always. I am missing the power button cable from the front of the case. Surely it's not in the FireWire cable here, right? Surely? No, that would fit there. No. Be on the bottom. No. Oh, it does look like it would fit on a USB. Not that I want it plugged in though. I'm not gonna ever use it. But there's gotta be. Huh. Okay, let me get the motherboard manual real quick here. I'm just gonna look. Ugh. Oh, this is not the manual. This is the European Union regulatory notice. I don't need that. Where did the manual go? Did I keep it out? I put it over here. Yeah, it says reset switch, power switch, hard drive LED, power LED, all go on the JFP1 header. Yeah, the JFP1, that's the one right in the corner there. But I don't have those. Why don't I have those? Surely the USB is not going to do that, right? The audio? Not going to do that, right? Am I missing something here? I wonder, do you think that some of these are, you don't think that like this cable here that's labeled audio is like the power switch? It can't be. I mean, it fits right there. It can't be. Is that why this person wanted to sell this case? Did they just rip out one of the cables? I wish I could see in there a little bit better. Oh my gosh. I found them. They're on the back. Okay. No cables were ripped out, but look at how beautiful these cables are. Look at how beautiful. Braided, colorful cables. All right, so those are on the back. All right, we've got reset switch, power LED, and hard drive LEDs. All right, so now I just gotta figure out which ones of those on the motherboard they are. Because they're not labeled on the motherboard. Reopen the manual. Okay, so no pin right there. So bottom, the bottom left to right, we've got hard drive LED. Oh my gosh. Give me all of these. All right, hard drive LED. Got it. Why are these cables like braiding themselves? They're already braided and then braiding even more. Okay. It says just put them all in at once. Good luck with that. hard drive LED goes on the bottom, right there. Then next to it goes the reset switch, right there. And then on top, we've got the power LED, positive, then negative. Okay. Okay, positive, then negative. Got it. And then we've got the power switch. Oh my gosh. All right. Got it. This is where ASUS gets a big win, since they include that little adapter you plug into the case cables. Dude, I don't, there's certain things like that. I don't know why that's not standard yet. The hide and seek winners. Oh my gosh, those cables. Those, I missed them. I'm just glad I had that back panel off. If I didn't, man, I would have been searching all over. Okino sent you a case for review. That's awesome. Which case is that? I don't know if I'm familiar with. Is it Okinos? But either way, that is that's awesome. All right, now we need the graphics card in here, and then we're gonna see if it boots up. And then we gotta cable manage all this mess. Figure out what's going on in here. All right, so I need to literally break out some of these pieces. Ugh. All right. So that's gonna go right there. So it's gonna be this one. Oh, they're actually just, they're stuck in there pretty good. Okay. Get those little pieces out, and then the Cypress 3 wood case. Nice. That sounds awesome. You pronounce it Okinos. Okay. That is how I will pronounce it then too, until further notice. Okay. What are we gonna do with that? Run it like that? We'll just put it up here for right now. Okay. Whoops. I think I took, yep, I took the wrong ones out. I thought my eyeball measuring would have got that right. Apparently not. Apparently not. Okay. Just like that. Why is it not clicking? It didn't click. I think it's, well, it's not in all the way on this side. Okay. There we go. I think we're in now. I think. Definitely clicked in the back there, but we're still like just a millimeter away from that. I think we're in though. Of course I can't see, but I'm trying to click it. I'm trying as hard as I can. It looks like it's in there good. Yeah, I mean I don't see any metal showing. I think it's in there. Okay. We gotta try to screw it in here. Actually, I'm gonna grab different thumb screws. Those are for the case. Grab some of these. Oh, those are two different sizes. Those are different too. Give me two of the same thumb screws. Okay. That'll work. Is this not fit in that? No, it does. It's just not. Just need to do that. There we go. All right, graphics card has been installed. Kind of looks like a mess right now. Kind of looks like a mess, but we're here. We'll get it cleaned up. We're gonna plug the GPU in. We're gonna see what happens. Oh, I was gonna put in. We didn't get the fan for the front after we're sure that this like boots up. Okay, let me get a power cable. Let me find. I gotta have a power cable around here somewhere, right? All right, power cable, and then I need these. And then I gotta get my monitor up here too. Okay, well, I had a light come on the back of the motherboard. So I assume that means it works. It's getting power, which again, I mean, we know for the most part, this is all functioning hardware. We're just trying to see if I can swap it successfully at this point. I need another power cable for this monitor though. Apparently did not do that. Oh, I actually need, you know what I didn't do? Okay, I need that for later. Okay, surely I've got another power cable around here somewhere, right? Hey, there's one. Okay, this also gets plugged in, and then we plug in HDMI. All right, here we go. Let me switch. Let's switch these camera angles here. All right, power button on the front. Let's check it out. Hopefully everything works. Okay, power button on the top. We've got all the RGB lighting up. I'm feeling good about this. We got codes going on the motherboard. I don't know what any of them mean, and it just shut off, which is probably not ideal, but we'll see what it does. We'll give it a second. We'll see what happens. Hey, look at that! It's booting. Man, it is really, really quiet when the only fan is the CPU fan. It's really quiet. All right. And I don't know how well this is going to work. I might have to just reformat the computer once I get it back like upstairs, because swapping the motherboard might do some weird things. It looks like it's working, but it's getting devices ready. Not gonna lie, I may have opted for the MSI motherboard because it has a giant dragon for the logo. And dragon, anybody? Dragon? Going for the dragon theme on this one. Still getting ready. Still getting ready. Still getting devices ready. And drum roll, everybody. Still at the splash screen. It'll show up eventually, right? I mean, at this point, I call this a success because, hey, it booted. Let's go. Again, at this point, I'm probably going to have to reformat. I'm probably going to have to do something that wouldn't surprise me at all. So the fact that we're getting the motherboard splash screen, I call that a win. I call that a win, everybody. We did it. That's a lot of fantastic emojis. All right. Let's make this computer look a little bit cleaner. Let's make it look nice. Ugh. Gotta move some cables around and tie them up a little bit. Make it look pretty. That, and I have to plug in the other fans. Actually, I shouldn't have got rid of that power cable so fast. I gotta plug in this Molex power cable and make sure that those fans spin up. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to order some here pretty quick. Oh. Okay. Let's plug this in way up top. Try to get it out of the way. So we need to get more in there. We can't. There. All right, let's plug these two fans in. Or just kidding, I don't need to plug the fan. I just need this plugged in. And as long as this works, for the most part, it should just be good to go. Come on. Why is this being so... All right, let's... There we go. Hey, Nick the Nerd, welcome to the stream. We just booted it up. It's alive. It worked. Now we're in the cleanup process. We gotta make it look pretty now. Either way, welcome in. Hope you're having a fantastic Saturday night. All right, let's see if these two other fans. Whoops, I gotta turn the power supply back on. See if these other two fans boot up. Whoa. The speaker has power now. All right, so the two fans have lit up. They are spinning. They are moving air for us. And that was a really loud beep. I don't think I want that beep every time I boot my computer. Ah, absolutely amazing. It's been a rough Saturday, lots of stuff to do, but tomorrow, nothing going on, so we'll be good. Hey, that's good. Sometimes it's good to get some stuff done, but yeah, sometimes you just gotta relax. Okay, this one, the front one looks like, I think one of the LEDs, these fans are the original fans from this case. They have 4 LEDs per fan. I don't know if you can see that. They have 1 LED in each corner to light up, which is pretty incredible. But it looks like the front one of the LEDs is burnt out. So there's that. But we've got enough RGB, I think, coming from the cooler and the motherboard at this point that we should be good. We should be good on RGB at this point. At least the fans work. They're not insanely loud. The front panel actually works. The front panel is working too. It says it's grabbing temps. I'm guessing from this. It says it's 63 degrees, 17 degrees Celsius, 63, 64 degrees. Let's see if I hold it in my hands. 64, 66, 70, yes. Okay, there's our thermometer right there. I don't know where I'm gonna put that. Okay, I can set a bunch of stuff. I don't know. A timer? I can set a timer on this. Isn't this the OG case you used? Yes. This is my original case. This is the very first case that I ever built a PC in. Okay, so it looks like I can set the temperature. So I'm guessing that's, I can set what temperature I assume fans go up at. But I don't know. Okay, well, either way, it's working. So that's super cool. So we'll have to play with that and see if that's actually the way that I want to control my fan speeds. Because unless I take this thermometer and put it somewhere helpful, that's how that controller controls the fans. I'm guessing is off the temperature, which is interesting because I feel like most of the fan controllers from this kind of time period were all based on we're all like a set. You set it like how fast you want your fan speed. So this one actually works off a temperature, which is super cool. Okay, so we'll see. We'll see if I actually want that functionality or if I actually want to just get some new fans and be able to control it off the motherboard and from software, so I don't have to control it from there. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to figure that out. All right. Oh, what do I even do with this mess? Like literally just tie all these cables up and try to just shove them up here. Like, I think that's the play. That's what I have to try to do. I think that's what I have to do. All right, well, if that's what we have to do, that's what we have to do. I got to get this other fan on the front. Let's do that before I shove a bunch of cables back there. Let's see if we can get that working. So I have a fan up front. All right, let me switch your cameras back. All right, so instead of CD drives up here, we are running a fan. So I've got this fancy little attachment that I'm gonna hopefully fit right here with a fan attached to it. So that, yeah, I can screw it in right there. Perfect. That's gonna fit perfect. All right, so now we just need to grab a fan. Let me see. Surely I have a extra fan around here somewhere, right? In this giant box back here. Now we have the question though, do we want an RGB fan? Do we want just a black fan? Is this RGB or is this just... I think this Lee and Lee one is, yeah, this one's RGB, but I need the special controller to go with it. So I'm not going to use that one. Okay, let's see. Do I have the attachment for this? A bunch of fans. These all run off of that controller too. I don't want that. I don't want that. I want one that just plugs into the motherboard. Is that so much to ask? I just need to get rid of some of this stuff. Why do I have so much stuff in here, guys? Goodness. Okay, this is the same thing. This I need a controller for. Okay. All right, so no RGB fan right now because I'm not grabbing one of these controllers. So I'm just gonna plug in one of these fans. We're just gonna get it to work tonight. And then if I want to order another RGB fan, then we'll do that. All right, so let's install this fan right here. And I also 3D printed a fan grill to go on top of it to go with my dragon theme. Printed a little bit of a little Shenron fan grill to go over it. So we'll see how this goes. I don't know how much of a computer case you can officially 3D print, but I printed quite a few things for this one already. We'll see how it goes. We will see how this goes. Oh my goodness. That is tight. Probably good. Good thing. Okay. Oh, this shouldn't work this easy. This, not gonna lie, I really love this 3D printer. I love the community around 3D printing. They've just made all of this stuff. Look at how cool this is. I literally spent like an hour looking around at different designs, tweaked both of these a little bit, and now, and just hit the print button. And now, instead of a bunch of empty CD bays on this case, that didn't go in. What the heck? Is that too small of a screw? Why didn't that one catch? Let me grab a different one here. There we go. Okay, perfect. Now, instead of a bunch of open CD bays, we've got pretty thick fan cover. All right, let me go find, I think those are going to be screws. These ones, maybe? Let's try these screws. Ooh, that's not it. That might actually be it, but that's didn't feel quite right. I wonder if we need these screws. Let's try this one. See if this screw works. Hold it in. No, that's not sitting in there either. I need something that's a little bit bigger. Darton, welcome to the stream. Yeah, it is a very old case. Circa about 2006 was when this one, when this case was mostly manufactured, as far as I understand. This is the very first case that I ever built a PC in. That is why I am building it again. Welcome. Looks like the airflow will be awful visually. Yeah, the airflow, we're figuring it out. I'm hoping that that with this fan up front, it won't be too terrible. But that is one of those things that we're gonna have to experiment with and see what happens. Actually, maybe it would be better if I had this down. Oh, does it not fit down on the bottom here? Then it's just a little bit lower, and can we do it there? How's that look? Does it look better in the bottom or up the top? Probably up on top. We're going for aesthetics first. That's what we're going for here. There we go. That's the screw that I needed. I knew I had I knew I had the right screw somewhere. I just needed to find it. But I have to be just a little bit careful with these 3D printed ones that don't get them too tight. All right, so we're gonna get that side in. Either way, welcome into the stream, Darton. Hopefully, I'm saying that right. Welcome in. We try to. I try to be live every Friday night usually, but I was playing some Mario Kart yesterday. Usually live Friday nights. Are you a PC builder as well? We've got lots of people, lots of PC builders in this community. Playing, I mean, it felt like I was playing. It was just as much fun as playing Mario Kart. It works, it works. That is what we're going for. We're going for something that works at the moment. I think that might be a little bit too big. It's probably fine. I only know how to spec them out, haven't put one together, have my PCs assembled as for. That's, hey, I mean, honestly, that's probably the harder part is figuring out what parts you actually need and they're gonna work together. The most overrated brand, in my opinion. That's a good question. I'll go with NZXT. I mean, that could definitely be up there. I'm trying to think about that one. I'm not 100% sure. Not necessarily PC hardware, but Razer, I feel like is pretty overrated. They're not obviously making like components or anything, but I would definitely say that Razer makes some really, really great stuff. Don't get me wrong. It's pretty great, but I think it is overrated. It's not like that great. I'm sure there's like a bunch of brands that I'm just not even thinking of. I mean, that's the first one. Razer does the job, but the software is annoying. Yeah, let's be honest, nobody makes good software. There's better options than Razer. Exactly. There's definitely better options than Razer at this point. there are a heck of a lot better options now. All right, and then to add into, Razer has $30 death adders. I mean, that's not bad. It can't be overrated. Yeah, a $30 death adder. I used either a Mamba or a death adder for a very, very long time. But those were pretty awesome. Definitely a great mouse. Yeah, for $30, that's pretty good. I could deal with that. But yeah, like a $130, that might be a little bit different of a story. All right, give me 1 second to find screw hole here. Otherwise, you're saying your first PC was an Antec NX400. I would have to go and look up to see exactly what it is, but I actually, funny story, I really kind of like Antec right now. I've built a handful of PCs in Antec cases recently. The Antec C5 is, I think, an amazing deal for a really, really nice case. I just recently built one in that. I think it's awesome. I built, if you go on my channel and look at the Dragon Age PC that I built, that was in an Antec case. It's a very old Antec case, though. I'd have to go and look up exactly what it was, though. It was like the Antec I think it was P114. And now I've got a little drawer. I still need to 3D print a handle to go on it. I don't know how I'm gonna get that back out. Always nice to do a case swap, sometimes just for a new look. Oh yeah, 100%. This is a super fun thing to do. This one has been a while coming for me too. I was explaining at the very beginning. I've had my previous case for a week, for 2 years and basically 2 weeks. I've had my case for just over 2 years now. And I finally found this one on the market, and I was ready for it. I was ready for a change, ready for a little bit different change there. If you want, Devin, I can 3D print you a little spot for your modernized port so you can have a Type-C and USB 3. I already ordered a USB-C and everything for the extra floppy drive bay that I have. So I should be good there as far as those front ports go. But I appreciate it. Thank you. Got it. You had your case for 2 minutes and got ported. That's the rest of the hardware. I had that case, the Thermaltake case, for 2 years, but I don't think the hardware in the case, on the case, was ever there for longer than a month at a time. It was ever the same. That hardware changed on a very, very regular basis. All right, so do we plug this into the front panel, or do we plug it into the motherboard? I think I got to plug it into the motherboard because unless I hook up this thermometer, the front panel is not going to be super helpful. Because I don't think, at least looking at it, that front panel was not like an actual control. It was just setting like what temperature I wanted the fans to spin up. So I think I gotta plug this into the motherboard. We'll see though. I'll play with it. I'll play with that front panel a little bit and see what's up. So let's plug this fan in, and actually maybe I just do that with these other fans right now. No, I'll leave them and I'll play with them. I'll play with those little fans, and we'll see what we can get working with that front panel. Because I don't want to manually set them either. So even if I do get them to go automatically, I'm not going to plug in this thermometer. Okay, I'm just going to swap these then, I guess. Let's just swap them. That is not a very long cable. I don't think I have anywhere up here to plug in. I think we gotta go. Is that even gonna reach? Okay, just kidding. I guess the back fan is going to be plugged into the front panel. Okay, cool. Glad we got that figured out. Glad I talked myself into it. All right. Okay, let's try to pretty this up a little bit. I'm not going to promise that it is going to look good. We are going to do our best, though. Oh my gosh. This is going to be a mess, though. Okay, this can come up here. I'm gonna need some longer cable ties. Let me just grab these. All right. Oh my goodness, these are gonna be a mess. Okay, so these things are gonna stay up front. I'm not gonna tie them up in this package. This can go up here. These, I just need those to move like that. And okay, if I can just get those kind of out of the way, then this one we'll also bring up here. And then this one we'll also bring up here. Kind of like that. Mess. Okay. Tie this together. And then we use all of this fancy space up here. Okay, that didn't work. I need to properly measure these things. So it's gonna be more like that so that I can actually push them down there. Oh my goodness. Get in there. I hope you guys are enjoying me just fail miserably with these cables. All right. Fit this up here, something like that. See, that looks good. That's mostly out of the way. Oh my gosh. All right. Let's just try to get that
As long as those are not going to hit that fan either.
So that's awesome. I mean, honestly, that's like, okay, that was not nearly as bad as I thought. Like, I mean, these cables don't look good, but I don't think there's much that I can even do for them other than throwing them up here. Who measures? Oh yeah, this is all close enough. This is all very much close enough. We'll be good here. All right. And again, the good thing is we're not going to be able to even like really see into the case. Not really like a good thing, but just kind of the reality of the situation. So I'm not insanely worried about the cable management here. Okay, what should we do with this though? Do I just, ooh, I got it. I'm just gonna run all of this down here at the bottom. And I'm gonna tie it like this. And then I'm gonna run this Velcro as close up to here as possible. That all just runs along the bottom like that. We're gonna throw this back in here. Cover that slot up. Okay. Hopefully, maybe that. There's nothing to tie that to. Unless maybe right here. Tie that right. No. Nope, that doesn't. Nope. Nothing to tie this to. So if anything, I need to get like some double-sided tape or something to make that stay up out of there, but you can't see any of that anyways. So, I mean, I'm not, again, not too worried about this stuff. Let's just tie these together so hopefully they're not going anywhere. And, I mean, that doesn't look good, but I think that'll work. Okay, we'll definitely revisit this. I assume that I'm going to be switching all these fans out at this point, so I don't want to go too crazy with that. But at least, oh, you couldn't even barely see that the whole time. So that's at least not terrible. There's not going to be any cables that get in the way of fans or anything at this point. All right, let's get that on, and then I still need to take this CPU exhaust thing off of the other side panel. All right, so now to make this actually fit, I need to take this piece here off, which of course looks like it's going to be just way too many screws. Let me just do that really quick. There. It looks like it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Then that takes this plastic piece off. And then there's going to be 4 more screws holding this piece on. this amazing little. It's awesome. Oh, good times. Who thought this was a good idea? Hey, look, at least the plexiglass here is held on by screws too and not rivets. So if we ever wanted to just go open case, we could just take the plexiglass off. That's an option, right? Probably not a good option, but all right. There's that piece. Now we got these four, and here's the other piece. If we really ran into thermal issues, you can always literally just attach 2 more fans to the side panel. Oh, the good old days when you attached fans to the side panel. Probably wouldn't be ideal for the flow of the air, but hey, if it gets some of that extra heat out. Actually, the bottom we could do in some clean in air for the GPU. That'd be pretty cool. How did this go in now? Like that. All right. Let's put this back in. So we have our little plastic side panel back. And then, all right. Modified side panel. No more exhaust chute there. I need to write on this what this is. Otherwise, I'm gonna completely forget. I'm gonna be like, what is this? What is this used for? I'm never gonna remember what this is for. I don't even know what to do with it. I don't have a spot down here that makes sense to put. What do I do with that little piece? Nah, let's be honest. I got enough junk boxes. It'll fit in somewhere. All right. You know, I just trusted that handle to hold the weight. I never had a problem with the handle when I had my PC, right, back in the day. But it's been a few years. It's been a good 20 years. So I hope that plastic in the handle holds up. All right, and just like that. There we are. We've got a functioning PC. We are built in the XG Dragon case. Let's plug it back in here. I'm going to turn it back on, make sure that front fan is spinning. That is a beautiful beep. I hope you guys can hear that. That's beautiful. I can't wait to hear that every single time I boot this computer up. Okay, so now that I've actually got the PC built in here, I don't mind this. This is really interesting. Seeing the PC in there now, there's part of me that kind of wants to take that other CPU cooler I bought, the one that shoots out. I wonder what that would look like in this case. but also I gotta move those cables. Those look terrible. Mark, what's going on? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Thought this was an alarm in my house going off. Oh, that's the beautiful sound of this PC booting up. Mark, this is Meet the Dragon PC. This is the case that I built my very first ever computer in back in 2008. I finally found this case. It makes it quite a bit quieter. I'll have to check temps when I get it upstairs. How this runs with the. I assume that when I turn this on, I'm gonna have to open that up. Otherwise, there's not gonna be nearly as much airflow. It has got that beautiful old school no airflow vibe. Yep. So this, instead of a bunch of CD drives up here, I 3D printed a fan bracket, so that now at least there's a fan there. Doesn't probably do much if I close it up. There are some holes. It can hopefully still move a little bit of air. And then, but yeah, that's really for the most part the only intake is that fan on the front over here. We do have, and then there is a small 80 millimeter fan down at the bottom. We do have the openings on the side panel for some extra air. And then we've got the fans on the rear. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna have to see how this performs once we actually get it gaming. We're gonna have to see what those temps look like. The good thing is we have options. There's plenty of things that we can do. We can absolutely. I think one of the best things would be adding an intake fan right here, just straight in, literally just blow straight on the GPU. Would work really well. We can also the intake on the bottom right now is an 80 millimeter fan. We can always make some extra holes and make that a bit bigger fan. Crazy retro, but on all the right ways. I'm just so excited. Like, this is just so nostalgic for me. This is my first computer. Like, this was the PC I built in 5090, almost. I've heard those are getting a little bit hotter than they're supposed to be, so I might hold off on one of those anyways. I was like a year old when that case came out. Yeah, this is that's a pretty old case. It's getting up there. Pretty excited about it though. I am a little bit disappointed. I took this whole panel off the other day. I've been like staring at and trying to figure out for the last couple of days how this computer is going to work, what I'm going to do with it. And unfortunately, this panel here is only blue because the plastic on that, the like acrylic on the front is tinted blue. It's actually a white LED back there, but it's tinted blue, and the LEDs they're like embedded in resin across the whole sheet there. So I don't think I can change it to be RGB or different colors or anything. So it's blue. So yeah, I think right now we're gonna be going with the blue aesthetic, and I like the blue. I honestly, I think it looks really good too. Yeah, I wasn't as, not gonna lie. So when I had this case previously, I actually had the red variant, and it was the same though. It was all blue LEDs and everything. But I like the blue a heck of a lot better on the silver case. I think it looks pretty clean. But I ended up printing red on the fan cover and everything there, the fan grill. But mostly because I don't have a blue filament to print with right now, so gonna have to find that. Gonna have to get a blue filament. Gen Z people like me were very young when the case came out, and I built my first PC. I am so much older than you guys. I'm trying to figure out, honestly, why I'm still awake right now. It's past my bedtime. Either way, I'm super excited about this PC. I'm glad that we got it up and running. It is working. All of the hardware fit. That was the scariest part, not gonna lie. Scariest part was not knowing, because there's not a website on the internet that has the specs for this case. Nobody actively on the internet is using this case anymore. I can't just go out on Reddit and be like, hey guys, anybody that's using this case can tell me what the max CPU cooler size is? I just had to guess and hope. What time is it? It's only 11 o'clock here. It's 11 p.m. So on the weekend, this isn't too bad, but during the week, if I'm trying to get up in time to watch your streams, it is way too late for during the week. But stream nights are the ones. Yeah, they're always the ones I gotta try to get my build done. I also just looked down and realized I didn't put the GPU bracket on, but I have a feeling we're gonna have this thing open and playing with it. Like I said, probably eventually going to replace all 3 fans in this already. So I think it would look really cool to have an RGB fan on the front here. When you open it up, just have a bunch of RGB spilling out. I think that would look better, or at least blue, right? If we're gonna go with the blue theme, at least having a blue light coming out of there, I think would be fun. That, and then again, those other 80 mil fans, I don't know. I'm sure that even just literally buying any 80 millimeter fan, they're probably just higher quality. They're probably just better. They're gonna look better. They're gonna be quieter. They're gonna move more air. So I'll probably just end up upgrading those eventually too. Nope, nobody wants to use this old case, unfortunately. People love the newer ones. Maybe some in your generation love the older ones. I mean, to be honest, the only reason I'm building in this one is because I owned this one, right? I have plenty of other old cases right over here that I'm really not interested in using as my personal case. But yeah, somebody's gotta love them, right? Every case has to be somebody's favorite. This one is going to be one of my favorites for a while. I don't think my generation likes this kind of stuff. I mean, and I'm not going to lie, one of the other reasons I really contemplated this case is because it is obviously also not my ideal theme, like this dragon. I'm not like a huge, I love dragons. I have them like tattooed and, posted all over my office or something. Like, I'd probably go for a different thematic if this wasn't, the first case that I built in. Wonder how the temps are going to be in that case. Yeah, that's the one thing I'm a little bit worried about, but hopefully it's not going to be too terrible. I'm hoping that it's not going to be too terrible. Again, the nice thing is as soon as you open that, you're going to get a lot more airflow. And I also think just with how big the case is, that's going to help us a little bit. Nothing is like super squished. The GPU still has a ton of space under and above it. So I'm hoping that just with it being a little bit bigger, that air is going to be moving around. But then we also have, this one, if we need to put a fan down here on the side panel. Not ideal, not exactly what I want to do, but I think that if we have to do that, we can put a fan down there, and I think that will help a whole lot if we run into some temp issues. I guess we could just, let me grab that monitor and put it back up here, and we can actually run a benchmark or two really quick. Let me just move some of this stuff. Let's grab a monitor. Because I have a monitor and a keyboard and mouse down here, so I can. I wasn't doing it before because I didn't have a keyboard and mouse, but I do have a keyboard and mouse. Okay, I have a keyboard and mouse right here. Okay, I'm gonna have to come stand up here though, so I can see what's going on. Uh-oh. My dongle's gone. Guys, where'd my dongle go? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Where did that go? I hope I didn't leave that in a computer. What was the last computer I was working on? Uh-oh. That's not great. Well, I guess I might have to get a new tester mouse and keyboard, because these are super handy. I love that this mouse and keyboard are usually on one dongle, but yeah, Nathan knows what I'm talking about. Never a good thing to lose your dongle. All right, well, I guess let me just grab this mouse and keyboard, and I'll do it the old archaic way and plug in two different USB. But look, it's gonna work off of this panel up here. If I plug it in the right way. Oh, that's a little wiggly. Uh-oh. Is it gonna go in there? Why doesn't it? Okay, well, one of those USB ports might not be great. Huh. Alright, well, we'll see what happens here. And a keyboard. All right, we're just gonna plug the keyboard in back here. We've been looking for a few days for a toy that the daughter has been asking for. No idea where it is. Oh yeah, that's not the last time. That's not the last time that'll happen. Your PIN is no longer available due to a change in the security settings. Click to set up a new PIN. Okay. Interesting. Let's set up a new pin, I guess. Not blowing super hot air out, which I guess could be a good or a bad thing. I don't know. Yep. I want to set up a new one. Yep, I know. Okay, here we go. Oh, you'll need internet. Where's my Wi-Fi? Give me Wi-Fi so I can connect. Retry. Okay. You're not letting me connect. Okay, do I have to restart it now? Oh, if this doesn't work, I'm just gonna have to bring it upstairs and plug it in. You might not get the benchmarks that you're hoping for. Sorry, guys. If this Wi-Fi doesn't work, might not be ideal. Yeah, I know. Set up a new pin. Just connect to the Wi-Fi this time. Plugged in an antenna for you. It's not looking good. Not looking good. It's not connected and it's not recognizing the Wi-Fi. Okay, sorry guys, no benchmarks. I'll have to go upstairs and plug it in, get all the right drivers installed. But either way, thank you so much, everybody, for stopping by, for hanging out, and checking out my new PC. This has been an absolute blast. I've been waiting to build in this case for way too long. I've had this eBay alert for this case set up for years, and I've finally got it now. Super excited. Please get ready as well for another really fun build. Hopefully, I don't know when it's going to be. Still waiting on parts and still figuring stuff out, but hopefully sometime in March, most likely. Probably not going to be like next week or the week after. But sometime in March, we're going to be building the Pixel Pub PC. It's going to be using that thermal take case we got down there. Going to be a really fun little computer. Planning on making I've got a really fun video planned for that one. And it's just going to be a good time. It's going to be a really fun one. I'm excited about it. And hopefully, if you've got any ideas for a Pixel Pub PC, let me know. Otherwise, that's going to be probably the next one we're going to be building. So, hope everybody has a fantastic Saturday night, Friday night, Sunday night, wherever you're at, whatever kind of night you're having. Hopefully, it's a good one. Thank you so much for joining, everybody. Until next time, we'll see you later.